FITT, Fashion Industry, Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, we have Jennifer Barreto Leva from Venezuela. She's the director and CEO of Revista Belleza XL magazine. And she would share with us some of her insight into the Latin American plus size industry. So first I'll welcome Cherisse. She'll do a presentation for you, and then we will have Jennifer. Please welcome her with a round of applause.
Thank you, good afternoon. Thank you, Janine, for bringing me on tonight. I just wanted to share simple technology solutions for your fashion house. Janine asked me to come on and talk about that. It's a little bit, I'm generally normally short and sweet, so it's not going to be that long. Just going to go through a couple of ideas with you all. Fashionable technology for the Caribbean designer. Firstly, we need to analyze why we need technology. And I think that we need to make this argument because a lot of designers still up to date don't utilize technology within their fashion houses. Opportunities, there are a lot of opportunities for Caribbean designers in terms of diaspora and niche markets globally that we can tap into once we utilize proper technologies to get our products out there. The global growth of new money, China is a huge fashion consumption population that continues to grow, and the population is changing and the demands for different types of clothing continues to increase globally and every day, especially in China. Virtual gaming economy. I'm not sure if you all are familiar with Second Life, but it has been one of the biggest growing avenues to sell designs, hats, shoes, dresses, and we're going to touch on that a little bit later. The increased demand for customized clothing. As we all know, people are not wearing the same thing. We all want to look different. We all want stuff that are different. Gone are the days where we can mass produce and sell to everyone and hope that they will be happy. And of course, with plus size and full-figured women, we need difference. The growth of the creative industries and luxury market. It is the only industry that survived the recession. So it's a very, very huge opportunity for designers to get involved and any other person in the creative industries. Government investment. Government investment is key in any industry for it to grow. In the fashion industry, it's really, really relevant that we have government investment, and I think that we've had a lot of interest from the government because the creative industries, one, survived the recession, and they're now coming on board with our initiatives to move forward as young creative people, entrepreneurs, and executives in the fashion industry. Threats. TNT's fashion market is way too small. I know that we would like to believe that it will sustain a lucrative fashion house. It wouldn't. Even if we target the 55% that we said are full-figured, plus size, we still will not be able to sustain as a group of designers coming in. So we need to look at alternate markets, bigger markets, and we need to go global as well as remain local in terms of our design and our aesthetic as a Caribbean designer. The high cost of operations, cost for labor, cost for inputs, raw materials is very, very high. And for us to produce, we will produce higher end garments. That is also a disadvantage for us. Competition. Chinese imports, we are all familiar with this, it floods our markets. Our whole street, Charlotte Street, Frederick Street, all the shopping districts are filled with Chinese imports. These also put price ceilings for us as designers. It tells us, in a way, what our prices should be because we have to compete with these more trendier designs that comes out faster and quicker on the markets. International brands, they're advertised everywhere. Everybody knows them. Everybody wants them. We see it on cable. We see it on TV. And that is also taking away from local designers and Caribbean designers. And of course, new innovative design houses. There are a lot of younger people coming on because of the Caribbean Academy of Fashion Design. So if you're an older designer, you need to innovate your business in terms of technology. And of course, becoming relevant as a consequence of that, changing global trends. As a designer, we know that the fashion industry is extremely volatile. Consumers change their moods every day. They want different things every day. So we have to stay on board with that and stay ahead of that and create for our consumers. And technology gives us a way to be able to analyze the trends and be abreast and keep on point with the trends. The value chain. Now, I brought this very, very simple diagram because this is normally what a design house will go through or a design person. We move from fashion design and fabric selection, production of the garment or the sample line, the garment delivered to the client, or we put the line on sale and we market after, which is normally fashion shows, etc. Now, what we need to do as designers is ferret through our value chain, go through each segment of the value chain and determine where our weaknesses are and where technology can be incorporated. In the presentation, I'm just going to show you all simple things that could be incorporated into each process that will make our lives a little bit easier. So this is just sketch to finish garments. As I said, these are the operation processes that we will look to correct. CAD, computer-aided designs, and 3D modeling. So it's part of working smart, not hard. I know that a lot of people are familiar with CAD design. It's probably something that's very expensive to get our hands on, but I think if we come together as a collective group, it's something that we can purchase and lease and be able to use. Touchpad, notebooks, etc. Simple databases. The reason why I endorse using such technologies like CAD and the notebook is that we're able now to make our designs virtual and make our design something that can be transmitted from one device onto another device rather than being paper-based. If we have it on, for example, the touchpad or CAD designs, we can move it from there to a virtual dressing room where our consumers are able to see the designs before it's produced. And that is one of the main problems that we have as Caribbean designers. Sometimes we produce and our consumers are not buying because we did not have them involved in the design process. So we did not give them a voice, so normally we're creating for someone who is not going to buy or not interested in this product. So what CAD does is give us an opportunity to put our designs out there in a virtual way without producing an entire line, and we are able to get feedback and comments from our designers, from our consumers, sorry. Get an online presence. I know this is very simple, the website, we talk about it all the time, but Caribbeans, we have a tendency to put a lot of flash on our website, make our website very complicated. What we need as designers is a website to sell stuff. Simple and to the point. It needs to be able to facilitate procurement, so we can buy stuff online, we can interact with suppliers, as well as be able to sell stuff to our potential target market, whether it's international, local, etc. Accessibility, the website must be something that is attractive, visual storefronts, easy to use for our consumers. We'll also need to create a community of interest on the website. So I suggest if you are creating any sort of medium to put out there, you need to have discussion forums so we can know what's going on in our particular target market's head and we can keep designing for them. Go virtual. Very simple. Virtual reality, virtual runways, virtual world, virtual dressing rooms, virtual company. Virtual runway, as I discussed before, it's a very simple computer program. You put your designs in, works just like a runway. Your consumers can watch it online. They can watch what you create online. This gives us, as I said before, an easy way to get feedback before we actually create a line. We could augment the line, and then we can actually create something that people will buy immediately. And that's what we want to get. We want to get rapid turnover as designers. Virtual reality, Second Life, I mentioned before. You all should check it out, Google it. It's a big growing economy where you can sell your designs as a designer, as well as it forms an avenue for you to diversify your revenue streams. Virtual company, it's a company that incorporates everything from your competitors, your consumers, all your stakeholders to be involved in what's going on in your company, be involved in your design process, and you can use all this information to move forward as a designer. Masters social media and communications. What we have happening recently, I'm sure you all know Michael Kors. He is one of the judges from Project Runway. His brand is doing exceptionally well globally. And what is happening, analysis said, that he has been able to tap into that market. So people are buying into who Michael Kors is, this designer, his personality, everything like that. So we need to use social media and communication media in able to get ourselves out there and to project ourselves as a concept that people would want to buy into. So the regular emails, SMS, WhatsApp, Facebook, they're very, very effective. I use them for building my brand, and it can be used in a fashion setting. Thank you so much for listening to me this afternoon. It's very simple, short, to the point, simple technologies that can be used in your fashion house. Thank you.